As club owner, I had a big decision to make. Either keep Barry Thunderstone, who was doing an okayish job, but we didn't really enjoy his 4-4-2 tactics, or go for something different in Pablo Gonzalo, the Argentinian manager. He promised a 4-3-3 attacking playstyle, and I know changing managers mid-season is very risky, but I had to take that risk, and now we've got Pablo Gonzalo as the manager of S2GFC. And to be honest, I'm really glad we made the change. Pablo has transformed the way the team trains, the players on the pitch are playing with a different mentality, but most importantly, these 4-3-3 tactics that Pablo Gonzalo has conjured up, they are really working. We're playing the most free-flowing football I think we've played, and the results are there to show for it. We're 8th in EFL League 2, just one spot away from being in the playoffs. And honestly, if we keep this kind of run up, maybe this season we'll be able to escape League 2 and get promoted to League 1. But while everything's going well on the pitch, off the pitch there's complete chaos. And that's because our main sponsors, Heart Logistics, they've decided to pull out. I actually can't believe this is real. It's now been made official. Heart Logistics pulls out as S2GFC sponsor. Wait a minute, while Nicholas Hart has been removed as heir? No way, bro. Hart's parents have literally disowned him. And you know what? I think I know why they've done this. If you remember, Hart missed a crucial penalty in one of the games. And that was the game his parents had come to watch him. But Nicholas Hart put in a disaster class. And I don't think that went down well with his parents. But bro, to be kicked out of the company like this. And don't forget, boys, Nicholas Hart was always a posh boy. Well, if plan A doesn't work, daddy will just buy the club. I guess that's not going to happen anymore. He's going to have to make plan A work. Which is, of course, trying to be the best footballer he can be. But I don't know how he's going to be feeling, bro, because he's literally now homeless. I guess Steve Ball can take him in. We know Uncle Steve is good with that. But the bigger implication is this. Company demands a £1 million penalty. Wait, they left us and they're demanding a penalty? I presume we can sue them and fight a case? But bro, the lawyer fees and all are going to really bankrupt our club. We might genuinely have no choice but to settle and just pay that £1 million penalty. But bro, look at this. The logo's actually gone. It's a done deal. They're gone. They're no longer sponsoring us. Okay, how much money do we have to pay them back? Oh no, we're cooked. 231k. This is real bad. We might literally be forced to sell players because I don't see how else we're going to be paying that penalty. Okay, we do have time until the end of the season to settle this. And there's a couple of ways with which we can earn some money. But they're all a really big long shot. Like, of course, getting promoted to League 1. The prize money should be enough to cover this penalty. But again, there's no guarantee we're going to get promoted. We still need to get ourselves into a playoff spot. The other option is the Vertu Trophy. Now, although we've considered this as kind of an irrelevant cup, but now it could get super important for us because winning this would get us a prize money of 1.5 million. More than enough to pay that penalty, keep this club afloat. But yeah, we're going to be up against League 1 clubs, so I'm not sure how this is going to go down. So far, we've done the job in the Vertu Trophy. And come on, man, in a situation like this, why aren't our players asking for more money? Brandon Neal, bro, he wants a new contract, and if we don't give him one, he's just submitted a transfer request, and already offers have come in for him. I don't want to sell Brandon because he's a really good option as backup. Sometimes even good enough to be a starter. So there's Pablo trying to sort out this matter. And okay, to be fair, Brandon's earning like £400 per week. I guess we can afford to double his wages because I don't think it's going to hurt us. And yup, he's willing to accept. Okay, that was easy. But guys, I'm sure the bigger players at the club are going to soon demand bigger contracts. And we are literally not going to have the money to fund it, especially if we need to pay that penalty up. I feel like getting promoted or winning the Vertu Trophy, that might need to be an absolute must. Otherwise, we could crumble if we go trophyless and have to stay in League 2 for another season. Now, before we begin our fight for promotion, I've got to take a minute and appreciate Luca Gigante for a bit. He made quite a few saves in that last episode. Also, a crucial penalty save that keeps us alive in the Vertu Trophy. And for that, we're giving him Player of the Episode award. And that gets him the Far Reach playstyle, which I think is going to be really useful. But here we go, boys. The push for promotion begins. I don't think we can afford to make too many mistakes. We can't be dropping points. To be honest, under Pablo Gonzalo, we haven't really dropped that many points. Oh, and this is good reason, because here's Nicholas Hart, who's gone through, who's going to unselfishly set it up for Sean King. There's the goal. Interesting response from Nicholas Hart, man. He's lost his place in his father's company. The sponsorship is gone. For the first time in his life, he's going to have to create a name for himself, but also the responsibility he was carrying on his shoulder, the Hart family name. Now he doesn't need to worry about that. All he's got to focus is playing football and balling out. Oh, Sean King again controls it well. Oh, that's off the post. And okay, that player just went tumbling down. Good thing he's fine. And here's Gallardo, by the way. A lot of people are calling him the Messi of EFL League 2. That might be a bit too much, but hey, he's the only Argentinian probably playing in this league.
Where is Messi? Where is Messi?
And a lot of people are saying he might have the best left foot in EFL League 2 as the keeper forced to make the save. Hart and King linking up nicely. That's beautiful football. And here goes Nicholas Hart. He's going to set this one up. Oh, Sean King, how have you not scored that? Okay, I think Pablo Gonzalo is preparing Neil Lane to come on. Not just that, it's a triple change. Okay, I don't want to be conceding in the 90th minute, man. I don't know why we're in this situation. We've been so much better. No, that's a dangerous cross. Jisoo clears it away. Just clear the ball away, Armstrong. That's more like it. No nonsense defending. And we pick up the 3 points. And would you look at that, boys? For the first time, we're now in a playoff spot. And actually, with the teams around us, there might be a way for us to break into that top 3. Get automatic promotion to League 1. I mean, that would save us a lot of stress because you guys know how intense the playoffs can be. But okay, right now we're 7 points off with the game in hand. It is doable. Also, I've just got a message from Pablo Gonzalo. He's asking me an update on our South American scouting project. Don't forget, when we signed Pablo Gonzalo, his condition was that we'll bring him 2 academy players from South America. Now we got him 1 in Guillermo Gallardo, who's been a baller, but we now need another talent. But where do we send our scout? I don't want to send Argentina again. We've already got 1 talent from there. And looking at our team, what we could really use a bit of help with is the right back spot or maybe a centre back. And you know what? I think let's go with Brazil. They are known to produce some of the greatest fullbacks in the sport's history. And oh man, we don't even have the money to run a 6-month scouting project. Only 3 months will be possible. And man, I am taking quite a bit of a risk running this. Because yup, the scouting project has halved our budget down to just 110k. Which means we're now in a spot where to pay that penalty of hard logistics, we're gonna have to either win the Vertu Trophy or just get ourselves promoted. By the way, we have a bit of good news. Edward Bull is now back from his injury. I think that's gonna be huge as we try and push for promotion. I mean, now it's starting to feel like we even have squad depth because we're gonna have Guillermo Gallardo on the bench for this game. Sean King sees the space for Nicholas Hart and we're starting this game off strong. Oh, what a finish. Nicholas Hart, I feel like all the burden in his life completely gone. He's now finally performing at the level our number 10 should be performing at. Okay, that pass was incredible as Gigante. Oh, he got nutmegged there. By the way, based on some dressing room rumors, apparently Neil Lane and the gaffer formed a really good bond, which I guess is nice to see. Neil Lane on the ball, but he gives it away. Look at the options Edward Bull has, and he sets up Neil Lane. Should be a simple finish. We get the lead. No, no, no. How have we just gotten opened up like that? That's horrible. I think even the players are now aware how close we are to getting a playoff spot or even getting into that top 3. So there are a bit of nerves. Oh, what a ball that is. And Alvin Norman's header goes just wide. Oh, no. I fear for the fans behind the goal, bro, because Neil Lane is stepping up to take this free kick. Of course, he's going to go for goal. This is going to be like the worst free kick ever. And you know what? Wasn't that bad. Okay, ref, it might be time to just blow the whistle and end the game. Why are we still playing on? No, 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 he got spun. Our defender just got spun. That was the last kick of the game, and to lose like that. I'm telling you, bro, there's no guarantee that we're going to get promoted this season. We're just too inconsistent, even if it's Pablo Gonzalo coaching the team. A training injury clash is exactly what we didn't need. Lister and Finch, 2 of our starters, bro. In fact, Finch is our captain. This is bad. And I am hearing a lot of complaints in the dressing room that the training sessions Pablo Gonzalo has got the team running, they're super intense. I just hope these injuries don't become a recurring occurrence. Okay, the good thing is both Finch and Lister, their injuries aren't that serious. They'll be fine soon enough. But we gotta really pick up the pace, man. We've dropped down to 8th now. I guess we can forget about getting into the top 3. That looks impossible. To get into top 7, we're gonna have to really grind. But for now, we've got to focus on the Vertu Trophy. And I've told you just how important it is that we win this. But okay, let's forget about winning. Let's just focus on making it to the final. And how is Pablo Gonzalo gonna deal with the absence of Finch and Lister? I guess Young's gonna have to come in and Musa fall. Stevie Ball is gonna be the captain. That works for me. Also interesting that the gaffer has gone for Gallardo in the cam spot. Maybe it's a bit of Argentinian bias, but Neil Lane is starting. I'm nervous, bro. Vertu Trophy semifinals. I'd never thought I'd be taking this competition this seriously. I'm actually now wondering if we win this, the final, is that going to be played at Wembley? If so, that's going to be kind of iconic. But more than playing at Wembley, it's the prize money that matters. We need to get the money so we can, of course, pay back Heart Logistics solved that issue. And talking about Heart Logistics, we do have Nicholas Hart here on the charge, going for goal from distance. That would have been insane. Okay, we need to just clear the ball away, but what are we doing? That's awful. And how did Luca Gigante not get down? Well, the worst thing that could have happened has happened. We're now a goal down to Cardiff in this semi-final. Okay, but let's not stress. There's quite enough time for us to get a goal back. We have made comebacks before in the mighty Vertu Trophy. We can do it again. We're going to need Gallardo though, as he looks for a nice ball here for Fall, who puts it back in for Nicholas Hart. What was that touch? I feel like we need a bit of luck in a game like this. Maybe something from a set piece. No, it's just not clicking. Okay, this is good as Neil Lane is on the charger. He's going to play it back for Sean King. Couple of good touches, but we're going to have to go backwards. Asi Jisoo making a run. He's super tired. And that cost him there. We need changes. But forget about changes right now. We might end up just losing the game if we end up conceding here as Gigante saves today. And okay, now a triple change being made by Pablo Gonzalo. Facing a club that's a division above us, man. It's not easy as we just get opened up. Sadly, this looks like the end for us in the Vertu Trophy. We just couldn't compete. Full time, boys, and we were just not good enough. I'm gutted, man, because what a journey we've had in this Vertu Trophy. So many penalty shootouts that we've managed to win. So much struggle. But I guess as an EFL League 2 club, we're just not good enough. We're not going to get the prize money from the Vertu Trophy. And I can already sense Heart Logistics come calling, man. Right now, everything for us rests on how we finish in EFL League 2. If we fail to get promoted, the club could be on the verge of bankruptcy. We might have to sell a lot of our players and go through League 2 all over again, which is something I do not want to be dealing with. I guess for now, let's keep the focus in getting into that top 7. Ideally finishing like 4th or 5th, because that would give us an easier draw in the playoffs. Also, I'm kind of waiting on our scout to come back, because maybe getting a Brazilian baller, either a centre-back or a right-back, that could end up having a big impact for the team. By the way, guys, that S2GFC fan who has refused to get a haircut until we go 5 wins in a row. Bro might have made the biggest mistake in his life, because it's already been like 4 months, and there's no sign of us going 5 in a row. Especially with dealing with injuries like this, man. This is so frustrating. Bro, our right back for this next game is going to have barely any stamina. Actually, I might just play Clark in there. But yeah, at the stage we're in right now, we can't afford to make excuses like injuries. We just need results. And a win here against Fleetwood would be really nice, just to make the team forget about what happened in that Vertu Trophy. How is our defense getting opened up like this? It's a cheeky chip that goes wide. One thing I do like about Luca Gigante, because he's so big, he doesn't have to endure the chippy chips. Oh, I see that run being made of Sean King. Oh, it's brilliant. And the King strikes. Let's go. Oh, what a lovely ball for Scotty Bullock. He should be able to finish. Of course he does. It's good to see the mentality of the team. We're not that affected by that Vertu Trophy knockout. And it's such a relief that we're able to pick up the 3 points here against Fleetwood. But okay, this is now a big game though. We're facing Walsall next. With the game in hand, if we beat them, we take that 7th spot and we could potentially push upwards as well. Okay, Walsall have come out all guns blazing here, and that is a thunderbolt. Guys, if we end up losing this game, it's going to be really hard to get into a playoff spot. We're not giving up though. Edward Bull sees a lot of space here for Nicholas Hart. Controls that one really nicely. Trying to get it onto his right foot. Does so and puts it wide. He did all the hard work there, but just messed up in the end. No, opened up again. Gigante, good save. He looks furious at our defense, man. Not gonna lie, even though we've conceded quite a few goals today, I've got to say, Gigante, he's been saving us, man. But right now, we need our attackers to save us, get us a goal back into the game. Scotty Bullock is trying to do exactly that with all the pace that he's got. Still Scotty here, squaring this one for Sean King, and that is a lovely tap-in. Although I think we got to give Scotty Bullock the credit for that one, because he ran through the entire pitch for that. Come on, boys, I told y'all, this team is not going to give up. We're going to keep pushing. Albie Norman, the Pogba of our team. That is really nice as he's now driving it forward. Space to maybe go for goal himself, but that wasn't quite Pogba-like. Good old Stevie looking for the pass, and now we're linking up nicely as here's Edward Bull. Could end up starting something. Good release for Norman. I need that run being made. Jisoo, he's done it here. Could square this one back. Sean King again in the box. Right place, right time. We've turned this game around, and it's been a complete team effort. Okay, we just took the lead. Can we be stable defensively? Of course not, man. This team This defense. I feel like we desperately need our scout from Brazil to get us some good talents at the back because, my goodness, I don't know how we're like this defensively. Oh, that's good. That's good. Scott Bullock completely through. And what a finish from Scotty. Can we now please keep our lead? No, 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 not in the 92nd minute. Why is our defense so further up? We can't, man. I can't believe it. We are legit throwing away a spot to get into the playoffs. We're throwing away the financial security of this club. This is not what we needed. In the post-match press conference, Pablo Gonzalo is being grilled by the media. Questions are being asked, why isn't he being pragmatic when the team is leading? Because under Barry Thunderstone, when we had the lead, we most often kept it. And to be honest, just like how Barry was stubborn, Pablo is stubborn as well. He'll continue to play his high line attacking football. But this time, man, it ended up really costing us because we're now still in 8th spot. There's hardly any games left. Now, because we've got a game in hand, we still have a shot at making the playoffs, but we can't keep messing up. Okay, a bit of good news that both Finch and Lister are back fully fit. And come on, we need a result here against Colchester. Nicholas Hart, seeing Richards. Good pass for Neil Lane and lovely finish from our number 7. Okay, that's how we need to respond. 3 points here is a must. And now Gallardo trying to get maybe his first goal. Oh, come on. He ain't the next Messi if he's taking left-footed shots like that. But okay, dribbling wise and picking out the right pass. That's what separates him right now. Lovely release for Nicholas Hart. Oh, he's got that finish locked in. Oh, we've given them too much space. We couldn't block the shot and that was a rocket. Every game in EFL League 2 right now feels like war. In this 4-3-3 defensively, which is so off, man, honestly, and this is bad. This is really bad. Gigante somehow trailing right hand saved us. Honestly, the more I see this team play, I'm not sure if Pablo Gonzalo's tactics have really improved us. It seems like we still deal with the same issues for the most part. Of course, I will say that attacking wise we are quite better, but similarly defensively we're just way worse. Neil Lane, oh, the fake shot is nice, goes for goal, saved. Neil Lane sees the ball for Richards, who puts it wide. The way we miss these kind of chances, man, it's crazy. It's a good thing this game is almost done. The ref's gonna blow the whistle now at any point, and there you go. We do get the 3 points. But if we end up missing those kind of chances in the playoffs, there's no way we're gonna go up. Okay, guys, the season has now come to an end, and the big question is, did that win help us get into the playoff spot? And I think it just about would have done that, and yes, we end up finishing 5th. There is still hope. We could still end up going up, but we need to get through the grueling playoffs. First, we're gonna have 2 games against Tranmere Rovers. To be honest, I think we've got what it takes to get promoted. This team does have talent. Players have grown quite well. Nicholas Hart up to 66, Bullock up to 67, Albie Normand 68, and now our highest rated player. But of course, wait a minute, I completely forgot about the Brazilian scouting project we had, and there are quite a few players our scout has brought forward, out of which this Moises Medeiros guy is looking like the most talented. Already 60 overall. Potential seems to be there. Can play in a variety of different positions. A versatile player. That's what I like. And since we've left it so late to find another South American talent, I don't think we've got a choice. We gotta pick Medeiros. Honestly, boys, being 5'10 as a centre-back, not too sure about that. But to be fair, a lot of great centre-backs have been short kings. You never know with Medeiros. Oh, but the fact that he's got no play styles, man, that is such an L. We're still gonna promote him to the senior team. And with that, Pablo Gonzalo should be a happy man. But guys, with the Youth Academy spends, our budget has been destroyed even more, down to just 97,000. Remember, we still need to pay up 1 million to Heart Logistics. And getting promoted to League 1 will give us 1.5 million. So yeah, that could end up saving our situation. Otherwise, we're going to remain in League 1, having to sell some of our players. It won't be nice. By the way, now that the main season is over, I want you guys to let me know in the comments who should be player of the season. I'm leaning towards Sean King. I think Steve Ball is a good shout as well. Nicholas Hart had his ups and downs, but in the end, he's got the same amount of goals as Sean King. Ooh, Edward Bull is a good shout as well. Let me know in the comments. Okay, I was not expecting Pablo to make a decision like this, but Medeiros, the Brazilian academy boy who's just been promoted, he's starting in the semifinals of the playoffs. Captain Finch has been benched. To be honest, Medeiros is higher rated, but I was not expecting a decision like this. Steve Ball is going to be the captain. I'm now nervous, man, because I'm really not sure what to expect from the Brazilian Medeiros. So far, things have started off strong as we're on the charger. It's Gallardo on his left foot. Oh, that was so close. Okay, but we are putting the pressure right now. Is Albie Norman going for goal saved? Gallardo again. He's having a really good game so far, and he sees that pass for Scotty Bullock. Should score this. This is the chance. No. Come on, man. In a playoff final, we can't waste chances like this. Medeiros now, and he couldn't really do well. They got nutmegged as well. Early signs aren't looking all that positive from Medeiros as he got spun. Park Jisoo had to cover for him. Steve Ball now with the armband. Looks for that ball for Sean King. Oh, he controls it well. Nope. First touch was good, but the finish straight at the keeper. I can't lie, boys. 20 minutes in, we really look like we want to be in, of course, EFL League One. Gallardo striking that one. His first goal for S2GFC is in a playoff semi-final. What a left foot. I told you his left foot was magical. This changes everything now. We've got the advantage in this tie, but don't forget it's a two-legged affair. And this is exactly what we had to avoid, just gifting a chance to Tranmere Rovers. It's all square. This could be a good counter-attack as Steve Ball sees the pass for Bullock. And I see Nicholas Hart in so much acres of space goes for goal, and he locks it home. We've got the lead back in this playoff semi-final. Come on. Heading into the second half, the goal is to not give up this lead, at least easily. Oh, that is such poor defending, but Gigante, I don't know how he stopped them from scoring. One thing I'll say with Medeiros is that on the ball, he's actually phenomenal. Like, look at the passing and everything. And that could lead to a proper counter-attack here, as now we've got Scott Bullock. Looks to play this one in for Sean King. Oh, he skies it. Looks like we are going to have to settle for a 2-1 win in the first leg, which, you know what? I will take it. Puts us in a good spot. And now for this second leg, a few changes have been made. Edward Bull is back into the lineup. Neil Lane as well. Medeiros keeps his spot. I think we have an away goals advantage as well, because I'm pretty sure that's how it works in lower leagues. So if Tranmere Rovers wants to knock us out, they're going to have to at least score 2 goals. So I think we're in a really good spot. Big challenger for Medeiros, and he did really well there. Let's go. And now that could end up starting a counter-attack as here's Sean King. First touch was good. He needs to cut this one back. Completely free. Edward Bull gets the goal. A 3-1 advantage now. Surely that's enough to send us through to the playoff final. And yes, indeed it is. S2GFC is heading to Wembley. And looks like it's going to be Chesterfield that's standing in our way. If we beat them, we're heading to EFL League One. Promotion will be secured. And also, we'll be able to pay back Heart Logistics. And at least financially, the club would be in a really stable position. And of course, on the flip side, if we lose, things could get really ugly. Wait a minute. Reports coming out of the media say that Heart Logistics have signed a deal with Chesterfield for next season. No flipping way, man. They're literally doing this just to crush Nicholas Hart. I mean, the Hart family has already basically disowned him. They want to bury Nicholas Hart right into the ground, and the best way to do that is by making his football dream fail. And you know what? The Hart family are present here at Wembley for this playoff final. They would like to see nothing more than Nicholas Hart fail again, remain in League 2, but we are not going to let that happen. I want Nicholas Hart to free himself from the shackles left by the Hart family, make a name for himself, and he can do that here at Wembley. Kind of crazy, though, that this is our first game at Wembley. I am nervous, but I think the team is ready for it. And if you noticed, we've got our captain back for this game. Finch is in the lineup, although he did make a bit of a mistake there. I think this will be one of the final games with Finch being a protagonist. So I think that's why Pablo Gonzalo has put him into the team, which I think is fair. Albie Norman seeing that run from Edward Bull, controls it well. Right foot finish, and we've scored in the playoff final. That is the start we needed. Sean King finding a bit of space, striking that one well, off the post, rebound, we should have scored. Oh, but Scotty Bullock does. Right place, right time. It's the perfect playoff final at Wembley so far. Okay, they're not going to give up so easily. Chesterfield are coming forward as I think that sliding challenge from Finch did the job. And the only thing I want in this game is for Nicholas Hart to get his moment and possibly score. He's got the pace as he's broken through. Nicholas Hart, of course he had to. Go straight to the cameras to celebrate. It's a message to the Hart family. Don't interfere in his life anymore. Is Nicholas going to score again? No, he's going to square this one for Edward Bull, and surely that's it. 4-0 at Wembley. One of our greatest performances ever. And it's come when we most needed it. We're going up. There's no question about it. We're getting promoted to EFL League One. And yes, boys, 4-0 was the final result. And yup, we are going up indeed. The biggest thing is that we can now pay off Heart Logistics, so that drama is done. There's going to be a lot of stuff we need to figure out for next season, being in EFL League 1. one. We'll need new sponsors, new kits, possibly new signings as well, because we know Pablo Gonzalo is demanding. But you know what? I believe in this team. Players like Sean King, Nicholas Hart, Albie Norman, Stevie Ball. Some cult heroes were definitely born this season, and we're not gonna stop until we make them legends.